This is example 71.1 in your book.
2x minus y equals 13. 3x plus 4y equals 3.
I want to know the ordered pair that will be a solution set
for both.
So I'm going to solve using elimination.
I see I have an opposite here, negative y and positive 4y.
Now they don't eliminate completely because
This is a negative 1 and this is a positive 4.
so I have to get my coefficients to be the same number.
Well, that's really simple for this particular problem, because all I have to do is multiply 1 times 4, negative 1 times 4, I get negative 4,
And that's the opposite. And I know from my rule that I just learned that I can do that as long as I multiply every term in this first equation by 4.
So 4 times 2x becomes 8x. 4 times negative y is negative 4y. 4 times 13 is, let's see, 12, 62. Let me rewrite that so it's a little neater. Okay, now I'm going to add that to 3x plus 4y equals 3. Gives me 11x.
The 4 y's cancel.
And 62 plus 3 is 65.
Okay? Now let me see one thing for just a moment here.
Oh, that's my problem. It shouldn't be a 62, it should be a 52. Let me try that again. Sometimes I can do math really well in my head and
Sometimes I can't, so
it should be 11x equals 55 instead of 65. Divide both sides by 11. X equals 5. So now that I know what x equals, I can solve for y. I can use any of my equations, but I'm going to use this first one because it has smaller coefficients. So I have 2 times 5 minus y equals 13. 2 times 5 is 10 minus y. Subtract 10 from both sides. 13 minus 10. I have negative y equals 3. Divide both sides by negative 1 to get rid of the negative in front of the y. And so you have
y equals negative 3.
So my ordered pair is 5,
Negative 3. Okay? All right, let's try another one.
This is example 71.2.
71.2. Now, well, actually it's 71.3, excuse me. Because 71.2 will show you the same one as 71.3. They're just going to solve for x. I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to do 71.3. Look at your book for how to solve for x for the same type of problem. Because it really doesn't matter. You can choose to solve for x or you can choose to solve for y. Choose to eliminate x, choose to eliminate y. Either one, it doesn't matter.
So I have here 2x minus 3y equals 5. 3x plus 4y equals negative 18. I want to eliminate y because it's already opposite.
But I could eliminate x. I would just have to multiply it by a negative to get whichever, to get them to be negative.
To get one to be negative, excuse me. All right, so for this one, I have 3 and I have 4.
I cannot simply multiply 3 by something to equal 4. And I can't multiply 4 by something to equal 3. I have to multiply both of them. So I have to multiply them both by whatever number will get them to their least common multiple.
What's the least common multiple of 3 and 4?
12, right?
12. Their least common multiple is 12. So I multiply 3 by 4 to get 12, and I multiply 4 by 3 to get 12. So that means I multiply this first equation, I multiply each term, I multiply each term by 4, so I can get to 12. 4 times 2 is 8x, minus 4 times 3 is 12y, equals 5. The bottom one, I multiply by 3. 3 times 3 is 9x. 3 times positive 4 is positive 12y. And 3 times 18, let's see if my head math will go better this time. 3 times 8 is 24, carry my 2, 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5, and it would be negative. So I have 8x minus 12y equals 5, and 9x plus 12y equals negative 54. All right, do you have any questions about what we've done so far? If you do, stop your video and ask me. All right, we're gonna move on. So now we need to add to eliminate. 8x plus 9x is gonna give me 17x. My 12y's will eliminate, they cancel out. Now this is a negative, 5 plus negative 54. Since I have opposite signs, I need to subtract. 54 minus 5, 49. The one with the greater absolute value is the negative, so it's a negative 49. Now I divide both sides by 17. So x equals, and I've messed up somewhere. Did you guys catch where I messed up? Okay, I didn't multiply each term by 4. I forgot my 5. So 5 times 4 should be 20. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys were yelling at the screen, Miss Ashley, you didn't multiply that. So sorry about that. 20 plus a negative 54, we still multiply, we still subtract. 54 minus 20 is 34, and it's still negative, negative 34. Now we divide by 17. 34 divided by 17 is negative 2. So x equals negative 2. Now we're back on track. As you can see, it's really simple to make silly mistakes and forget to do part of your problem, like I just did. So make sure that you're checking carefully, you're doing each step as carefully as you possibly can. All right, so now I'm gonna put negative 2 in place of any of these equations. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna put negative 2, let's see. I'm gonna put it in the first one. So I have 2 times negative 2 minus 3y equals 5. 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4 minus 3y equals 5. Add 4. I get negative 3y equals 9. Now I divide both sides by negative 3. And that gives me y equals negative 3. So my ordered pair would then be negative 2 for x, negative 3 for y. Let me tilt the screen down so you can see that. Okay? All right. There we go. Let's try one more. 2x plus 5y equals negative 7. 3x minus 4y equals 1. Okay, so you can choose to solve for whichever one you want to do, eliminate whichever one you want. This time, I'm going to do x, which goes against what your example in your book is. So look at the example in your book for how to eliminate y. So I have got 2x and I've got 3x. They're both positive, so I have to make one of them negative. I'm going to make the top one negative. The least common multiple of 2 and 3 is 6. So to get to my least common multiple of 6, I multiply the 2 by 3. But I'm going to do negative to make it negative. So that gives me negative 6x plus negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. So that will become minus 15y equals negative 3 times 7 is positive 21. Then I need to multiply this one by 2. 2 times 3 is 6x, negative 8y, and a positive 2. Add them together. My x's cancel. I have negative 23y equals positive 23. Divide both sides by negative 23. Oops. Negative 23. And that leaves me with y equals -1. Now I put y back in place of x. I'm going to do this in my second example, or my second equation. So I have 3 times, I put y back in place of y, 3x minus 4 times the -1 equals 1. 3x, -4 times a positive, or -1 becomes +4 equals 1. Subtract 4 from both sides. 3x equals -3. Divide both sides by 3. X equals -1. So my ordered pair for this one is -1 and -1. All right, now I know that may have been a confusing lesson, but if you have any questions, just let me know. Let's look at the answers for your practice, okay? Pause your video now and do your practice. All right, your answer for letter A should be x is 3 and y is -4. Your answer for letter B should be x is 1 and y is -4. Let me know if you have any problems and you need any help, okay? I'll see you in our next lesson. Bye.